Hello friends, welcome to CEC Gurukul Lectures. Dear friends, this is our another session on career counseling called Pratibha Samvardhan, and today we are discussing in detail on skill-based learning. I know this is one of the most interesting topics in today's scenario, and we believe that you are going to gather maximum knowledge through this session. So if you have any question, do talk to us through our toll-free number. Our number is 1800110430. I repeat, our number is 1800110430. We are waiting for your calls, and Dr. Anu Singh is with us. She's our guest today, and she would be happy in answering to all your queries. So ma'am, welcome to the session once again, and we are delighted to have you. In the previous session you have given us such a wonderful knowledge that we believe that through this medium we are able to disseminate such knowledge through you. Now, as we have discussed in detail about the skill based learning, what it is, now how important is to acquaint students, the children, with the different programs, and what are those programs which students are needed to be known?
Yeah, you know what, it's very important that we talk about Skill India mission. We have various courses from Niti Aayog, class 8th onwards, children can do certain internship courses. Then Pradhan Mantri Kaushal Vikas Yojana is one program by the Government of India where they have introduced various skill-based courses for the students. So I think that awareness has to be imparted by the schools, by the media, by all stakeholders, so that students are aware where they can go for what. Because there's a lot that the government is doing, there's a lot that individual schools are doing, but if we do not give them correct information, the students are not going to, go for those courses. So it's very important. Now, we are sitting in the capital city of the country, but we also have to think that when we talk about skill-based education, or for that matter any policy that is designed, how does it reach that one little child in the rural area? That is very important, because we are very privileged to be doing all this in our schools, but we have to think of all the children of the country. And that is why there are certain initiatives taken by the government. It is very important for, I think you are doing a wonderful job by imparting this education to the viewers, because this is how through media it's going to reach the others. So there are, especially if the students who have access to the internet, they can definitely Google about it, talk about skill-based education courses. There would be plenty that are available on government sites as well. There are private organizations too, but then obviously that will be little difficult for everyone to afford. But you can go to these government initiative and then enroll for these courses.
Yes, you're absolutely correct over here. There are ample of students who are there in the rural areas, and they seek for such people who could, inform them what could be done, what they can do, what are the facilities, what are the programs available. And we believe that through this medium of ours, that is CEC Gurukul and CEC Live Lectures, you are able to know more about the different programs and policies by the government for you only. Now, ma'am, we have heard, and lots of students after their school or after their graduation or during their graduation are doing the skill-based programs as the Skill India program policy of the government. Now, are there any courses or the part of the curriculum, any such subjects which are introduced at the school level?
Yeah, definitely. Now after the NEP 2020, in fact, government wants that the vocational courses to be introduced from class 6, but we've had our students, enrolled for courses like fashion studies, where they definitely learn all about the fashion industry, how to, from stitching a garment to actually making a garment, different kind of, then even painting is there, then lot of courses. Financial literacy is one such course. Merchandising, it depends, how many takers you have for a particular course, but our students have definitely taken up these courses in the past. In fact, now they have joined institutes like NIFT, NID, so doing very well for themselves, because the exposure for that particular course that they intend to take in their graduate studies, they've already done some part of it in their school curriculum. So it is definitely a win-win situation if they start doing it from school level.
I mean, it is one of the most wonderful initiatives, because we have come across lots of students, or we had friends जो बहुत लंबे टाइम तक कंफ्यूज थे कि लाइफ में करना क्या
Yeah,
है.
and
ग्रेजुएशन कर लिया, पोस्ट ग्रेजुएशन कर लिया,
exactly.
चलिए एग्जाम दे देते हैं, अच्छा ये कर लेते हैं, नहीं आई एम नॉट फिट इनटू दिस. सो ये जो डिलेमा था ना, शायद उससे निकलने का दिस इज वन ऑफ द
Yeah,
बेस्ट इनिशिएटिव्स.
exactly. और ये होता है कि you know what, when you have done something, you know whether it is your calling or not.
Exactly. Very
Then
true.
there is time for you to shift also. I know, but we've seen students who've joined courses, but then eventually they backed out from that particular course because then they found out, oh, it's not my calling.
Exactly.
So if we give them more exposure to a number of courses during their school years, definitely they'll make up their mind by the time they, you know, kind of graduate from school.
At least you are acquainted.
Yeah.
We have such types of courses
Absolutely,
or the programs,
absolutely.
even if you are planning to switch on, but still you know कि हाँ यहाँ तो जाया जा सकता है. This is my cup of tea. I can have it.
Yeah.
So this is the wonderful initiative, and I should compliment all the schools who are desperately and they are persistently making efforts to get it implemented at the best level.
There's one which I wanted to, Atal Tinkering Lab is one such program by the government. You know, the name itself is tinkering. You can tinker with as many devices, robotics, lot of things that you make something in the process. See, when you have all these courses, I'm not saying the academic curriculum does not lead to development of 21st century skills like problem solving, critical thinking, creativity, communication. That also entails all of this. But when children, you know, it's something when you do, learning by doing has always been the biggest maxim of learning. When you try to do something with your own hand, the learning that goes with all the senses involved is definitely many-fold than what is only happening with a textual knowledge.
Since many times I have also seen there has been a stress on innovative skills. Going back to the school level, where we used to have the exhibition at school level, but वो school level तक खत्म हो जाता था. But now, as the government is taking initiatives, and as I told you about the innovative skills, the government is carrying out various science programs where students take out their innovations into the bigger scenario. और हमने क्या invent किया, हमने क्या बनाया. This also helps students.
Definitely, you know, Department of Science and Technology has this course, Inspire. Okay, so this is actually to inspire students to take up innovations further. Then there are institutes, there are organizations which will help them patent it as well. So the idea is, I remember long ago the exhibitions used to be just exhibiting whatever you have. Working models used to be less. I'm talking about days, you know, when we were in school. Nowadays you go to exhibition, you come to our school's exhibition, annual exhibition, you see everything is working, and we want our children to have some innovative project depicted there which we can take further. We have regional level exhibition coming up. How, you know, students can use a student recently made one where we can count our heart rate, all designed by the student, printed by a 3D printer. It's actually a device like you check your percentage of oxygen using the SpO2 meter. You can check it's something that you don't need to get the ECG done. So that innovation eventually, it's all happening because the students are exposed to various things and they end up making products which is going to help them in the life later on.
And this is called catching them young.
Catching them,
and
definitely.
Our mouths are wide open कि ऐसा कैसे कर लिया? How could they think like this? Why can't we? We start comparing where were we when we were at this age, and look at the kids.
And you know, the purpose of education is not only to award a degree at the end of a course. The purpose is that they bring solutions to the existing problems that one faces. You have, I mean, like I say, we are sitting in the capital city, but there are people who need a lot of things other than, you know, roti, kapda, makan. I mean, that's needed, but then there are a lot of problems that they face. So if we find simple solutions, like I remember one of our students had devised one of the project where the handicapped people, you know, when you have a running bus, it becomes very difficult for them to climb, and you know how the buses ply in our city. So there was a mechanism by which he had developed something by which something could be attached to the bus and it could be brought down for a person to, the steps could go down and touch the level of the road. Not, it's otherwise for a normal person also in a running bus it becomes very difficult. So innovative solutions like this, if made by the students, because they are exposed to various skills in school, definitely will go a long way.
Definitely, and this is just a beginning, I should say. There
Yeah.
is lot more to see, lot more to
Absolutely.
achieve, and a lot more to say. That's bravo. Yes, we have done this.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Because when our kids, our students go to the goes at the international level, and when they make their names, and we
Yeah.
feel proud that yes, our
Absolutely.
students, our kids
Yes.
are natives of the country has
Yeah.
done this. It's a wonderful, task
Yeah.
they have done. Now, ma'am, going back again to the, teaching and learning part of this skill based. So, how do you design the curriculum? Because it becomes very important. You can't leave the old school also,
Yeah.
and you have to gel with the new school also.
Yes.
So, in that case, what ratio do you keep?
So, you have to bring about innovative practices in pedagogy. Without that, you cannot survive. If we want our students to learn certain skills, I think the teachers too need to implement those pedagogic changes, so that we are not only talking about the theoretical aspect of a concept, we are showing them the practical aspect, with the help of which the students can frame a problem, can find out a solution, and the end result would be some product in their hand for which the solution has been found out. So there has to be a shift. There is a shift, I'm not saying, but yeah, we have to walk in sync with what the changing times are.
Now, the another important question: how do you brainstorm the parents? Because they might be coming up with the ample of questions. Why this?
Yeah.
How? What our child would do? What can be done?
Yeah.
So, how do you brainstorm them? And is there is importance of carrying out programs or the sessions for the parents so that they are groomed in advance?
Yeah, that's very important. See, parents are wanting to adopt whatever we want them to do, but then that enough information has to be given. In the beginning of the session, there is an orientation program for parents to know what lies ahead. Then there are events where parents are invited. We recently started, I'm giving a lot of examples from my school because that's the first hand experience that I have. We started something called an InnoNation. We named that event as InnoNation, Innovate for Nation.
Very nice.
Because eventually we want children to innovate and in fact our management is very keen. They said, okay, what are you making new? Because what is there for everyone to see. But what are we making new? So they're very supportive of the fact that whatever we suggest that okay, we want to do this, they're always there for us. So this innovation concept is that the students design some solutions to some of the problems, and we had invited parents for such events. Then the commerce stream of our school does something called Impeccable. There it's all about entrepreneurship. Economics is all about entrepreneurship. Business studies, economics, commerce. So computer science, how we are talking about applications. It's so easy for anybody to check their health record, monitor their changes in their heartbeat or whatever through basic applications on the phone. So why can it not be used for designing certain new applications where it is going to benefit the society at large? So for all these programs, we always invite our parents to schools for them to see, and then in fact we get wonderful feedback from them that the schools in general and our school in particular is definitely laying a lot of importance on the skills that the children need to learn over a period of time.
Are there some of the online programs also for the parents as well as for the students or those who want to be into skill-based education imparting? Are there courses or online?
From our school?
From your school or from the
Yeah,
in
there's a lot
general?
of government. There's this Swayam portal, where there's a lot of
Exactly.
courses where you can sign up, and then you will see there are a lot of courses sitting at home. Even parents can learn. It's not that obviously the schools are making an effort for inviting parents to talk to them about a lot of issues. We also share with them various sites, like Swayam portal is one. Then there is this Diksha portal where you can go and learn about a lot of things which you can help your child in also. and then you will understand also what the school wants from you. So there are a lot of
Yes, and
online
CEC
courses
is one of
available.
the national coordinators of Swayam MOOCs, and lots of students are doing their
Yeah.
courses from Swayam MOOCs. So, dear friends,
Yeah.
you can log on to Swayam MOOCs, and you can do any course of your choice, and it
Yes.
will definitely help you out, as well as it's a credit-based course
Yeah.
that will help you in future also.
Absolutely, because even if when you go to the job in the job market, any added skill definitely will enhance your CV. I always tell my students, I mean, nothing to do with the monetary aspect of a particular degree, but we do get to read in the newspaper that so and so student from some of the IITs has been able to bag a job worth, I'm not talking about the monetary aspect. The only thing that makes a child stand apart, everyone has done BTech or whatever course that college is, teaching them. But why is it that one or two or three children they stand apart? Because over a period of time, from their academic career, from school level till they've enhanced their CV by enhancing their skills. And it's not only the hard skills, computer literacy or financial literacy, or there are certain soft skills also over a period of time that you need to learn. Communication is one such important skill. I
Very,
tell
very
my
important.
students, when you go for interviews, you have to apart from your subject knowledge, they also test how you can conduct yourself in a group discussion.
Very
What
true.
is so if you are not able to communicate your point to the audience, then definitely how will you communicate it to your team, which eventually you will be part of? Creativity, I mean, we give them a lot of chances. There are events and there are competitions, there are other than that also in classroom activities. Creativity has to be, because these C's are very important. Collaboration, if I don't know how to collaborate with my team, I might not get the end result that I want. So it's not only about the hard skills we are talking about, the soft skills, taken up or learned during a period of our academic journey is also very important.
Very true, very true. And communication definitely helps you out to win hearts at least.
Absolutely.
You will be heard. You will be heard.
Yeah.
Even though you have less knowledge, full knowledge, half
Absolutely.
knowledge, whatever it is. But yes, people will at least listen to you, and they
Definitely.
will
And
rely on you.
communication is not always verbal. It can be non-verbal communication as well, because how you conduct yourself in a meeting, in a classroom for that matter, we have resource people coming from various fields to talk to our children about the significance of all these skills that the students need to learn. And it's important that as a message I would like to give everybody. In fact, I tell this to my students always, that you're doing this course, that's fine, but other than that, what are you doing? Like you said, there are those MOOC courses available. Why should we not use our time constructively to do that online course and get a certificate or a degree which is going to enhance our resume?
Very true. Now, last but not the least, and on the lighter notes, I'm just asking a question, or I'm just holding your hand and saying skill-based education is like sanskar. It is going to be with you throughout your life.
Absolutely, absolutely. See, your value system defines what you are. What you are as a person, based on what you have learned as part of your degree, what skills you have learned, what value system. Sanskara syllabus, in fact, is one of our major program in our school, coincidentally.
Very nice.
It's there on our websites, and because you cannot leave your values aside. Integrity is one factor which I see in today's youth. Sometimes when we meet people, you feel that integrity is lacking, and it makes us very sad, because eventually the society is going to be containing all these individuals who should have a strong value system. So sanskar, I think that is the first and foremost thing. Rest will follow. If you stand true to your values, definitely whatever you do in terms of your academics, in terms of your skills that you have learned, it is definitely going to go a long way. And I have like personal experience. I was telling my students today itself, there's so many students, it's a pleasure to talk to them. The ex-students, when they visit us, when they talk to us on phone, then you feel, okay, there's something that's good happening in the country, where the children are, and the children of today are the future citizens. I remember the Kothari Commission, it was said that the destiny of a nation is made in its classroom.
Exactly.
So
Very
that
true.
classroom holds a very important significance in what society we, make eventually.
Very true. It's a wonderful message you have given over here, that how sanskars are very important,
Very
and
important.
since ages we have been talking on sanskars. घर पर बात करी जाती है, स्कूल पे बात की जाती है,
Absolutely.
because ultimately we need to be the best citizens, the
Yeah,
best human beings in the world.
absolutely.
So, ma'am, thank you so much for giving us this wonderful session,
It
and
was
we
a
would like
pleasure.
to have you again and again, and
Thank
it
you
would
so
be our
much.
pleasure.
Thank you. It was a pleasure.
So, dear friends, thank you so much for watching us. And for those students who were not able to watch us live, dear friends, we would be uploading this lecture for you on YouTube, so that you can access the lecture the number of times you wanted. And yes, you can give your feedbacks, you can ask questions, you can write to us at cecgurukul.live@gmail.com. We will try to give answers to your queries. Thank you for watching us. We would be meeting again next Thursday with another insightful session. Thank you so much.